Alright, guys, weekend again, May 3rd, 2019. Say this with me, guys. I don't need to watch Avengers for the fifth time. There are other options. You can watch something else. And this weekend, there are a lot of good choices. So let's get into it. Alright, guys, first up, we have The Intruder, starring Dennis Quaid. This movie is pretty much what you think it is. It's about Dennis Quaid, who sells his house to a young couple, and then he can't let go of his house and comes to pretty much stalk the young couple and then tries to, I guess, evict them out of his house by killing them. I mean, you look at the trailer and you're like, what is new about this movie? Other than Dennis Quaid acting as the psycho we all know him to be. But to be honest, there's nothing else in this movie that really has me interested. I mean, the scares and the thriller moments seem okay. They seem pretty good, but nothing that I haven't seen before. I don't feel anything for these characters, these two main characters who bought this house. They seem to be just good people. There's no depth to them that Dennis Quaid can use. Dennis Quaid, obviously, his wife died in this house, so that's why he can't let go of this house. Also, nothing new there. So I don't know why this movie was even made. Long shot. So if you ever wanted to get with the girl of your dreams and she's totally out of your league, this movie is for you. When I first saw Seth Rogen in his earlier movies like Knocked Up, I was like, this guy, man, I can relate to this guy. And he has remained relatable for most of his career. And now he's starring in a movie about getting the girl of his dreams who is obviously out of his league because this girl is Charlize Theron. The story is about this journalist who goes after his first crush, I guess in high school, but the girl now is the Secretary of State and is about to run for the presidency. There's some chemistry there, but she can't be with him because of her position and her career. The problem with this movie is not with the chemistry between Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron. They're both good actors. They seem to have good screen chemistry from the trailer. What I am worried about is the thematic part of this movie. So the plot of this movie is, they want to be together, but they can't because of various reasons. Like, what I'm worried about is the theme of this movie. So these two people, they should be true love. So they should be together, right? But they can't be together because of circumstances. And this movie, I understand what circumstances those are. It's not like in Titanic where, like, oh, Jack and Rose, they should be together, but they can't be together because, of class differences, because of, circumstances, social responsibilities, right? This movie, I don't know what it is. Like, all I know is that Charlize Theron has a job and she's running for the presidency, so she can't be with someone like Seth Rogen. I guess that makes sense, but I don't think that's very strong to sustain a 2 hour, 5 minute runtime. Like, that's just way too long, guys. Like, I just don't see this concept being like, her being the Secretary of State and running for a presidency, sustaining a romantic comedy story for over 2 hours. I don't believe in the stakes of this enough to watch this for that long. So I think long shot, I think it's gonna be funny. I think these two characters are pretty cute. They have good chemistry, but the story is gonna suffer probably an hour after it starts. Ugly Dolls. So this is a animated movie starring Kelly Clarkson, who does the songs, and it also is voiced by Pitbull, who also sings Blake Shelton. So this is like, a musical animated movie about a world where dolls are made to be pretty and sent to their human, I guess not masters, I guess they're human caretakers. And we have a group of ugly sock puppets who want to find humans that love them, but then we have this evil doll here who won't let them go to the human world because they are too ugly. Standard theme about, beauties on the inside, discovering who you truly are no matter what you look like. etc., etc. I'm not sure about this movie, guys. This movie seems to be like Monsters Inc., but not as good. It doesn't have that cool concept with how the monster world works with the human world. I don't think this movie has that. This movie seems to just be about a bunch of ugly dolls who are, very cute on the inside and very good characters, and how they have to fight through oppression and social pressures to, just to show that they are as beautiful, if not more beautiful, than everyone else. Comedy in this movie seems average, doesn't seem to be that funny either. Songs seem to be okay, but I don't think this is a musical, or it might be, but the trailer didn't show me any musical numbers, so I don't know if it actually is a musical. This one seems to be pretty generic despite it being based on I guess a children's book, a Korean children's book, I think. But I don't know. I don't see anything new about this. Clara. So this movie is about this obsessive astronomer named Isaac. So he's trying to find another Earth or other life forms in the universe, and he finds Clara, who's this, I guess she's like a painter that draws cosmos. Like she's like an astronomy painter, and together it seems they do discover Earth 2.0, this new planet that resembles Earth and that changes the world and their relationship. So the whole thing about discovering other life forms or another Earth is a metaphor for what Isaac and Clara is searching for in their lives. The problem is that I don't know enough about Clara and Isaac as characters to understand how this metaphor works. How is searching for another Earth or life form a metaphor for what we are searching for, every day, that what every person is searching for in their life, whether that's true love or purpose. I don't see that metaphor, but I know it's a metaphor movie because that's what the introduction is, and that's what the trailer is. So yeah, I don't think the metaphor is very clear, and I think that's going to be a problem because if your concept is one thing but you're not executing your concept and you're just showing me random bits of two people just being together but they can't be together, I don't know if that's very good. Extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile. Man, so I didn't even know this movie was being made, but wow, like when I saw this trailer, I was very excited because I have done my fair research into Ted Bundy, and this guy is one of the most iconic characters or people in recent American history. Obviously, not for the right reasons. For those of you who don't know, Ted Bundy is a serial killer and who killed a bunch of young women across America. But he is most famous for the way he brainwashes young women to have them willingly join his family, as it is. This movie has me excited because of the way it's told. The story is framed through Ted Bundy's trial and told through the point of view of Liz, who is one of his first girlfriends. Zac Efron looks absolutely amazing in the role of Ted Bundy. He is perfect for the role because Ted Bundy is just this charmy, dreamy guy, and Zac Efron has the perfect look. And plus he's a real legit actor now. He's really been working on his acting, and I think this movie will show it. Definitely excited about this one. It's on Netflix as well, so if you've watched the Avengers like 5 times and you're a little strapped for cash, then you can just stay at home and then watch this movie. Non-Fiction. This is a French movie set in the publishing world in Paris about these two authors, both men, one successful, one not, but both are having affairs to deal with their midlife crises. The movie stars Juliette Binoche, who is, making I'm not gonna say a comeback because she's always been around, but she's actually starring in a lot more stuff. I think she took a break a while ago, but now she's back. She looks great as always. And the thing is, this movie is that I'm gonna say it's really French, and that's gonna sound like a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just that French movies are very niche in their audience, and this movie, while I think it's pretty funny, but I think the humor is gonna be very nuanced and not for everyone, which I think is a good thing for people, who are French and who understand this world, or who are going through a mid-age crisis, or who are having affairs or whatever. So I feel like this movie is very well done, but I don't think this is for everyone. Shadow or Ying, another Chinese movie making its way to the international market. This movie is by Zhang Yimou, the guy who did Hero and the guy who did all those epic martial art movies, who also did The Great Wall, that wasn't very well received. But he's back doing what he knows how to do, which is Chinese martial art, over the top, crazy cinematic martial art films. And this movie was, when this movie came out in China in September, it was not well received. Like, people loved the way it looked aesthetically, it was great, as all Zhang Yimou movies are. But people complained about the lack of story, the form over substance argument that has been used for Zhang Yimou's films for a long time now. And this movie is no different. Like, you watch the trailer, and I think they tried their best to cut the trailer in a way that it's very dramatic and has a story, but it's just, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't watch this, guys, because it just got so many bad reviews. But just know that the story is going to be pretty much non-existent. But the concept is cool, though. The concept is about this guy who, his family thought he was going to be murdered, so they found a kid who looked exactly like him and trained him to be his shadow, this warrior that's supposed to fight on his behalf. And then, obviously, when both of these people grow up, they don't know who is a shadow and who is the real person. Then there's this whole like epic war as the backdrop. It sounds pretty good, right? From what I hear and from what the trailer shows me, there's not a real story there. Like, I don't understand what this guy wants. Or does he want to like leave his shadow? Does he want to like kill his shadow? Does he want to win the war? Or like, I don't even know what his character is in this whole world. Visually, this movie's gonna be great. Action wise, it's gonna be great. I just, for the story and everything else, I think it's gonna be very lacking. And it is an hour and 56 minutes, which is pretty long. I think it was even longer in China. I think they cut this a little bit. So yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Okay, guys, so this weekend, my pick is extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile. I'm really excited about this movie, guys, and it's all the better because it's on Netflix. So, if you spent all that cash watching Avengers, I think this weekend is a perfect weekend just to chill at home, watch this movie, really like get into the mood, right? Like, really get into the mood before watching the movie, because I feel like this movie deserves your attention, deserves your full attention and your emotions, right? Don't just put it on and chill. I think this movie is going to be great. I think it's going to be important. I think Zac Efron in this movie is going to be spectacular. I'm very excited about it. So this is my pick for May 3rd, 2019. So what about you guys? Are you guys going to watch any of these movies? Or are you just going to go watch Avengers for the 6th time? Let me know. Comments below, and I'll see you next week.